Okay, welcome back to Junie B. Jones Has a Peep in Her Pocket. We left off on chapter 2, and in chapter 1 it was called Confusing Stuff. And Junie B was talking about how Mrs., her kindergarten teacher, because she's still in kindergarten in this book, her kindergarten teacher, Mrs., was trying to explain about how Junie B's kindergarten class was going to move on to first grade, and the first grade class was going to move on to second. But Junie B and her classmates were kind of having some trouble figuring out what Mrs. was talking about because they didn't want to move up to first grade with all the other first graders who were there at the moment. So it took some discussing and some figuring out, but Junie B and all of her classmates finally understood what Mrs. was trying to talk about with the whole graduation process. And then at the end, Mrs. told them that they were going for their kindergarten special end-of-the-year field trip to a farm, and Junie B. Jones is not super excited to go to a farm. And in chapter 2, called Stubby, we will figure out why. So, chapter 2, Stubby. That night, I ate dinner with Mother and Daddy and my baby brother named Ollie. Only I couldn't even swallow that good, because I was still upset about the field trip, that's why. I don't want to go, I said. I don't want to go to the farm with room 9, because a farm is the most dangerous place I've ever heard of. Daddy looked surprised at me. What are you talking about, Junie B? He said, what's dangerous about a farm? The ponies, of course, I said. The ponies are dangerous. Farms have ponies running in their fields, and ponies can stumble you into the ground and kill you to death. Mother covered her face with her hands. No, Junie B, please. Not this pony thing again. We've talked about this 100 times. I've told you over and over that ponies do not hurt you. Yes, they do too hurt you, Mother, I said. I saw it on TV with my own eyeballs. Mother looked at Daddy. It was that stupid cable show about the babysitter let her watch, she said. It was called When Ponies Attack, I said. It was called When Ponies Attack, I hollered. After that, Daddy covered his face too, and then all of a sudden he busted out in a loud hoot of laughing, and he couldn't even stop himself. Mother's cheek sucked way into her head. Thank you, she said. You're being a huge help here. Then Daddy got up from his chair, and he went to his room for a timeout. And that's when me and Mother had another long talk about ponies. She told me that her Uncle Billy used to have a farm, and that the farm had a pony named Stubby, and that Stubby was as gentle as a lamb. As a matter of fact, Uncle Billy had almost every kind of farm animal you can think of, said Mother. Pigs, cows, sheep, chickens, goats. He even had a mean old rooster named Spurs. But out of all those animals, the pony was the sweetest. Mother smiled. You would have loved Stubby, Junie B, she said. He used to follow me around like a puppy. He did? I asked. He did, she said back. Honest, honey, I would never let you go to a farm if there was even the teeniest chance that you would be hurt by any of the animals. But my Uncle Billy's farm had the gentlest animals I ever saw. Mother smiled a little bit. Well, except for that mean old rooster anyway, she said. And just then, Daddy came back into the kitchen. He said apology to me. I'm sorry, Junie B. I didn't mean to laugh, but that TV show you saw was just so ridiculous. I couldn't help it. And after that, he sat down at the table, and he filled out my permission slip for the farm. You're gonna love this trip, he told me. We'll get you one of those little throwaway cameras from the drugstore, and you can take pictures of all the animals you see. Great idea, said Mother, and I'll take you shopping for a brand new pair of overalls, and I'll even pack you your very favorite lunch. After that, I got down from my chair very quiet, and I went to my room. Then I climbed onto my bed, and I hugged my stuffed animals real tight, because I kept on thinking about what Mother said about Uncle Billy's animals, but mostly I kept thinking about that mean old rooster. On account of one time at school, a boy named Meanie Jim brought his rooster for pet day, and he said that roosters can peck your head into a nub, and that is not pleasant, I tell you. I hugged my animals even tighter, because guess what? Roosters are a jillion times scarier than ponies. And that is the end of chapter 2. So I guess Junie B is kind of seeing her fears morph for change as she goes through the chapter. She starts out very fearful of the ponies because of that TV show, and now she's afraid of the roosters. So I wonder what chapter 3 will bring us.